Please be seated. Good evening. Tonight we are celebrating the graduation of Recruit Class 23-1. I would like to welcome everyone here tonight, including Mayor Groves, members of council, our chief, our deputies, firefighters, recruits, honor guard, friends and family. My name is Leanne Lawrence. I am a captain in the training division here at Caledon Fire and Emergency Services, and I will be your MC for this evening. I would like to start the evening off by asking Mayor Groves to please come forward and say a few words. Mayor.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Before I begin, I'd like to recognize my members of council that are present with us. We've got Councillor Napoli from Area Councillor Ward 6. This is actually Councillor Napoli's ward that we're sitting in. We've got Councillor Sheen from Ward 2, and we've got Regional Councillor Mario Russo in Wards 4, 5, 6, which is this area here. This has been a really busy evening for council. I know that some of our other members of council are attending other events and meetings this evening, so and I'm sure they would have really liked to be here because we are all very proud of our volunteers. So it's an honor and a privilege to be here this evening to celebrate with you, and this is a celebration. You guys are the guys and ladies that keep us safe when we're in trouble. We pick up the phone and you are there. And I know that we've experienced a number of fires lately, and I can tell you that not only are you there fighting those fires, but it's the support that you provide to the families. And everything that I have heard has always been good news. The way you comfort the families, because it's a very difficult time when these sorts of things happen to families. They're displaced. But it's the service that you provide. It is second to none. And we just want you to know how much we respect and how much we appreciate you. And whatever we can do for you, we are here. The volunteers, without you, I will tell you that it would be very difficult to run our fire department. So I thank you. I thank you to the chief. He's been an outstanding chief, Chief Forfar. Thank you for your leadership. Deputy Chief Rowland, thank you for your leadership. Deputy Chief Paleo and Deputy Chief Huffman, thank you so much for the leadership that you have provided. Graduating class. This is an exciting time, I'm certain, for all of you, where you're going to begin your careers as volunteer firefighters. I understand now you get to ride in the truck. I really want to ride in the truck sometime. And earning your Level 1 and Level 2 National Fire Protection Association 1001 firefighter certification. It is something for all of you to be very proud of. And we welcome you to our family here at our Caledon Fire Department, because that is what we are. We are a family here. So welcome to our family, and to the families, your family that's here supporting you and providing that support, moral support, because it is very important. Thank you for giving them to us, because it does take a lot of service, and without you at home supporting these firefighters, they really couldn't do their job. So thank you for being there for them and for lending them and giving them to us. So thank you again, and once again, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Mayor. I would now like to introduce our fire chief, Chief Dave Forfar, who is going to come up and address the class. Chief.
Thank you, Leanne. I'll move this in so everybody can hear me. I'll put my glasses on so I can see. When I was a recruit fire class, or fire recruit, I never needed glasses. All right, here we go. Your Worship, Mayor Groves, councillors, honored guests, friends, families, and firefighters. Welcome to our firefighter recruit class 0301 graduation ceremony. My name is Dave Forfar, and I have the privilege of being the Fire Chief of the Town of Caledon Fire and Emergency Services. I would like to introduce my Deputy of Communication Safety, Community Safety, Deputy Chief Samantha Hoffman. Please stand. My Deputy of Fire Prevention and Training, Deputy Chief Dave Paleo. Please stand. And my Deputy Chief of Operations and Command, Deputy Chief Dan Rowland. Those are the three leaders that I need their support of every day, and they're the ones that help run this fire department. There are 3 lines of defense in the fire service. The lines of defense are there to help protect people from fire. The first line of defense is public education, the second is fire prevention and regulations, and the third is fire suppression. Each one of the deputies in Caledon is responsible for one of these lines of defense. Last year there were 133 fire deaths in the province of Ontario, and Caledon was a part of those statistics. So we're not immune. We have one goal for the Caledon Fire and Emergency Services, and that is to make Caledon a fire-safe community. Why did I mention the 3 lines of defense? I mentioned it because the job of a firefighter is more than suppression. Your job is also to give families, children, aunts and uncles, grandparents, brothers, sisters, friends, and everyone you talk to the knowledge to save their own life and that of their family members and friends. Your job is to learn how to save people's lives with your knowledge before the fire happens. You must spread the gospel on fire safety education and fire prevention as it is your calling. Each and every firefighter in this town will learn about public education and become an expert in fire safety, hence the 3 lines of defense. Where do you install smoke alarms? What is the difference between photoelectric, ionization, or interconnected alarms? Where should you install carbon monoxide detectors? Can I store paint in my furnace room? You'll get all kinds of questions asked of you because you are a firefighter and people assume you know the answers. Well, you need to know the answers because you need to help people be safe from fire. It's only 45 more pages, so be patient. You've already been taught how to put fire out. However, we want to develop you into fire safety experts able to speak coherently to people about their fire safety needs. We want to tap into the potential each of you firefighters bring to the table and create fire safety subject matter experts. How do you like that one? Fire safety subject matter experts. That is how we start to build a fire safe community. Let me start by saying thank you to each and every one of the new firefighter recruits in the graduating class of 0301. Every one of you have a desire to help your community, help your neighbors, help anybody who is having a bad day in their life. I cannot thank you enough for stepping up to the plate. On behalf of the residents you serve, our mayor, and the entire council, thank you for stepping up and signing up for one of the best jobs in the world. However, the job is not without its challenges. You get to help people on the worst days of their life just by your presence. However, people will be experiencing many phases of emotion when they see you. Some will be excited knowing you're there to help. Some will be desperate to see you as they know you're the only chance to live. Or they will watch you try to save someone else's life. Some people will be all very sad, some others confused, perplexed, and the chaos happening around you. But it doesn't matter the scenario. The fact is, all of these people are glad to see you, and they need you. Your job isn't just managing an emergency. Your job is interacting and managing people's lives and emotions. Remember, many people are having the worst day of their life. You have to be empathetic, compassionate, and you must care deeply for people. Talk to your victim. Talk to the wounded. Talk to the unconscious. You're a firefighter, and remember, yours may be the last voice some people hear. Just say hello. My name is Dave, and I'm here to help. Say something, even if they're unconscious. My dear recruits, you will never be more valuable to your community than being a firefighter. People will feel safe in your presence. The people in Caledon will recognize you as one of their own, one of their firefighters. You belong to the community. You're one of them. You are their protector, and for that, they will be forever grateful. People will sleep peacefully at night knowing that they need help. You're going to respond. Don't take your responsibilities lightly. You are important to the very fabric and life force of the community you serve. Your skills are essential to the well-being of the residents and to the health of your community. When you travel anywhere in the world and people see the crest of a firefighter on your clothing, you will automatically attract attention. Always remember who you are and act accordingly. You represent the thousands of men and women of the fire service, the International Fire Service, okay? Always remember that when you travel. The training you have received to date and your future training will enhance your many skills. You have just begun to learn. You will continue to develop life-saving medical skills, operational skills, mechanical skills, and most important of all, thinking skills. You will learn how to handle equipment safely. You will drive different types of vehicles. You will pump at emergency scenes. Aerial operations are a must to learn. Climbing ladders, operating portable pumps, chainsaws, venting a roof with a still saw, handling an axe without cutting off your foot. And the list goes on. People see the fire department crest on your shoulder and expect an expert, so become one. Your knowledge about fire safety, fire education, and understanding of fire behavior is just as important as learning new technical skills. Not every day is going to offer you the opportunity to save somebody's life, but every single day will offer you the opportunity to affect somebody's life. You're going to be admired by children. Children love fire trucks, love to visit the fire station, love to see their firefighter friends, and they're so excited when the firefighter actually talks to them. Never forget you're a superhero in the eyes of the child. Not in my eyes. They will learn from you, emulate you, and want to be like you. Treat them as one of the most important people on the earth. They will never forget what you teach them, and the information you impart to kids may one day save their life or the lives of their family and friends. I'm almost done. Settle down. I would like to mention our training division of the Caledon Fire and Emergency Services. Our training officers are second to none in the province of Ontario, and I guarantee that. Captain Leanne Lawrence, Captain Eric DeMello, Captain Jeff Fairborn, and Captain Darren Mottershaw. Whereabouts are you all? Please stand up. You just got trained by some of the finest training officers in the province of Ontario. I think they deserve a hand. Thank you for providing the residents of Caledon and the Caledon Fire and Emergency Services with another well-trained group of firefighters. I think every recruit will agree with me that training was not easy. Just remember, it doesn't end with tonight's graduation. Lifelong learning will be the rule to a rewarding and credible career. Be as aggressive in obtaining knowledge as you are in advancing a hose line. Now it's the time to recognize the real heroes in this room. The family, friends, and loved ones of our graduates. There's a lot of talk tonight about training and sacrifice, but I know only too well it's not just firefighters who make these sacrifices to serve our community. There will be missed dinners, birthday parties, family events with friends, and many holidays ruined. Behind every firefighter stands a family who supports them, loves them, and accepts their call to duty. Once you have a firefighter in your family, then you join the club. You're a part of a big extended family of all firefighter families around the world. You will be amazed at how many doors of conversation open when people learn you have a firefighter in the family. Oh. Thank you for supporting your firefighter, and a special welcome to you from the Caledon Fire and Emergency Services family. Welcome aboard. In conclusion, on behalf of the mayor, our councillors, and all the residents of Caledon, thank you for stepping up to the plate and putting on that bunker gear. Be proud and always remember the profession you represent wherever life leads you. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, quote, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others," unquote. Before I leave this podium, I have a little gift from you. It's going to be given to you later. It's a book title, and I'm sure a lot of the parents will know this book. All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten by Robert Fulgham. Read it as it's about your job. I want you to read that book. It's about our values as people, the very values that make a person a great firefighter. So read the book. I would like to thank Hugh Jones, our Honor Guard leader, and the Honor Guard. Thank you so much. Everybody looks great tonight. Our Piper, Don Ray, and our many district chiefs that are here. Thank you very much for coming. District chiefs, they're in here. Where are they? Got the wrong, oh, there they are. I'm sure some of you recruits already met your district chief. Thank you so much, and let's have a fun evening.
Thank you, Chief. I don't know why I just brought this down, because I'm going to now welcome Deputy Chief Roland, our Deputy Chief of Operations, up to speak, and he is much taller than me.
Thank you, Leanne. I will just put it up a little bit. I'm honored to be here tonight to celebrate the graduation of our 2023 recruit class. My name is Dan Roland. I'm the Deputy Fire Chief of Operations. I want to start by congratulating the graduating class and formally welcoming you to Caledon Fire. I know that you've all worked very hard over the last few months during training to get to where you are now. You should be very proud of what you've accomplished. For those present who may not know, this group has committed a Saturday and a Tuesday night every week from January to May to learn the skills necessary to become a firefighter. Tonight represents the end of one chapter and the start of another. As you go off to your station assignments, remember what you have learned throughout the recruit program. Refer back to that information often and ask lots of questions to the firefighters in your stations. In your recruit class, I know that you've learned the importance of teamwork, and you've developed a lot of close bonds as you work through the program. These are valuable resources that you should continue to foster as you move forward. Equally important is developing new relationships with the firefighters in your new station. Know that while you'll be going to an individual station across the town, there will be emergency incidents that occur where you will work with both the newer and older contacts that you've made. You will need to work together at these emergency incidents. This is why it's so beneficial to develop these networks ahead of time so that in these multi-station responses, they go as smoothly as possible. You will be trusting others to know and do their job well, as they will be trusting you to do your job. So take every opportunity to get to know your colleagues when you can. I recently had the good fortune to run into a mentor of mine from years ago. It was almost 35 years ago when I started as a volunteer firefighter at Station 307. This person was the district chief at the time, and he was also a full-time firefighter. I respected him a lot because of the knowledge and experience that he had, but also because he was a terrific person. He was always happy to share his knowledge, always taking the time. All I had to do was ask. Find these people in your station with the knowledge and the experience. Ask lots of questions. I'm sure that they will take the time to share what they have learned over their years as a firefighter. Most firefighters are willing to share this information, but some of them might be waiting for you to step forward first. Take that first step forward to ask those questions. Not only will you gain knowledge and insight, you might just develop a lifelong friendship like I did. As a firefighter, there will be difficult times. It's the nature of the profession. By building strong, positive relationships with others, this can provide you with the needed support to help you through the challenging times. You will experience situations that you've never experienced before, but others have. Reach out to the trusted firefighters in your network. This might be all you need at times. The person I just described to you as my mentor helped me through several difficult times that I experienced. Remember, though, that if you need more help, the town of Caledon has a lot of resources to help. The contact information for the peer support team and the EAP program is on the station boards and in Target Solutions. I would be remiss if I didn't say a few words of thanks to your captains. Captains Lawrence, DeMello, Fairbairn, and Mottershaw, and all of the others who assisted through the program. Thank you for your hard work in planning the recruit program, often making numerous last-minute adjustments. Thank you for the early mornings as you prepared in advance for the training days. Thank you for the late nights cleaning up afterwards. They put in many, many extra hours so that the training program could run smoothly on any given training day. So thank you very much for that. For those in the crowd who may not know, there's an incredible amount of time needed before and after a training session to run a successful day. Most of the equipment needed to run the recruit program had to be collected from the various fire halls across the town, borrowed for the day or night, and then returned so that the apparatus would be fully equipped to run emergency calls. When equipment is borrowed from various stations, backup plans have to be made and communicated so that emergency calls could still receive the resources needed while the training of our recruits continued. Thank you to our Honor Guard. You've always represented the town of Caledon and Caledon Fire and Emergency Services with honor, integrity, pride, and professionalism at every event that you attend. It always makes me proud to see our Honor Guard at the events held throughout the town. To the family and friends in attendance, there will be times when these probationary firefighters will miss out or have to cut short some important family events or other commitments. Please remember that they are fulfilling a very important role by their selfless dedication serving the community. And finally, back to the graduating class. Tonight is a time for celebration, for pictures, for introduction of new friends to family and to old friends. Take a moment and think about the pride that you are experiencing at this moment. Remember this feeling and take the time to think about that occasionally, especially when things aren't going quite as well as you'd hoped. Congratulations on finishing the Caledon Fire Recruit Training Program that has provided you with the knowledge and skills to set you up with success. Keep up the hard work as you head off to your stations, and thank you in advance for stepping forward when the time comes to help our community in times of their need. I wish you much success in the future. Stay safe.
Thank you, Chief Rowland. For all of the friends and family of our recruits here tonight, you probably heard some stories about what they were doing at training days. They probably came home and tried to explain what they were doing, but you probably still aren't sure exactly how they spent all those hours away from home. I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a slideshow of some of the training that they did over the last few months. That video only showed a brief glimpse of what they accomplished and how hard they worked over the last few months, mostly because it was too cold and rainy to take pictures on most of our training days. I don't think we've had any class with worse weather than this one. Every day we trained, we had rain and snow, and that video of the firefighter in the driving rain with the hose about summed it up. This group of 11 strangers awkwardly came together back in January from all walks of life, backgrounds, and experience, and very quickly became a team. One of the first things they did as a team was to raise money for a charity event. Our recruit classes are all asked to take part in a charity event or a fundraiser. This class raised money and participated in the coldest night of the year by walking 5 kilometers on an evening in February in their full bunker gear. Together with our other recruit class, they went above and beyond what we thought possible, and they raised over $17,000 for Caledon Community Services. You have not only set a record for the recruit classes, but you have set the bar very high for the next recruit class coming in. During our training, as I said, we were constantly hampered by cold, rainy weather, but every one of you showed up with a smile on your face and worked through it without a single complaint. I watched your confidence gain over those months of training, and that is my favorite part. You learn to work as a team, and you learn to build each other up. Every single one of you put your crewmates ahead of yourself. We watched you go from 11 individuals barely interacting with each other to one machine working together to complete whatever task you were faced with. And that is one of the most important parts of firefighting, is being a team player. As their friends and family, as the chief said, you were a part of this journey. You supported them during all those nights and weekends away from home, and we thank you for helping them through this very difficult journey. We may not have spent as much time with you guys as some of our other classes, but in the short 170 hours that we did spend together, you very quickly grew on us, and we miss you guys already. We had a lot of laughs between training evolutions. We also had a lot of ice cream and donuts. I truly enjoyed our time together. You guys went above and beyond constantly. You only left the trailer unsecured once, crew one, but not naming any names. You guys now hold the record for the Denver drill. You may have sacrificed Captain DeMello's health for it, but you got the record in 54 seconds. You guys worked very hard, and as much as I hope you learned from us, I also learned from you guys. This group reminded me of why we do this and why I love running recruit programs. If I can give you the tools to be successful, then my job is done. You now sit before us as the newest members of Caledon Fire and Emergency Services, and you are now our coworkers. I am confident in your abilities, and I would go into a fire or any other emergency tomorrow with any one of you without any hesitation. You have worked very hard to get where you are, and you should be very proud of yourselves, because I am very proud of each and every one of you. I hope that we have taught you the skills and values that you can take with you for your entire career. You do not have to be a captain or a chief to be a leader in the fire service. Every single one of you has the qualities to be a leader. I saw it in you. Remember that. On behalf of myself, Captain DeMello, Captain Modershaw, and the rest of Caledon Fire, we congratulate you and we welcome you to Caledon Fire and Emergency Services. If I could ask Chief Forfar and Deputy Rowland to please come forward for presentations. We're going to call upon our firefighters for their helmets and their certificates. Our recruits had a temporary helmet front during their training that said recruit. They are now getting their helmet upgraded to their probationary helmet front that they will wear for the next 12 months. We're going to call them up one at a time. I ask that you let our photographer please take a photo, and then any friends or family that would like to come into the aisle and take a picture as well, you are more than welcome to as we call them up. Yeah. Firefighter Mitchell Merritt. Good. Firefighter Michael Lombardo. Firefighter Robert Haynes. Firefighter Vincent McDonald. Firefighter RJ Martin. Firefighter Kevin Sullivan. Firefighter Hannah Sherratt. Firefighter Jacob Sinney Cobes. Firefighter Adam Armonis. Firefighter Edward Rebello. Firefighter Mitchell Banks. Thank you, Chiefs. I would like to now call upon Captain DeMello to introduce our valedictorian for the evening.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Eric DeMello. I'm also one of the captains in the training division. I'll be introducing our valedictorian as well as the recipient of our Training Officers Award of Excellence. I'd first like to quickly address the class and simply say thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your hard work, your dedication, your respect, and most of all, your friendship. It's much appreciated. Every graduation, we have a recruit class valedictorian that is selected by their peers. We also designate an individual to receive our Training Officers Award of Excellence. In this case, it so happens to be the same individual for both. This person is someone who came in positive every single day. They treated everyone with kindness, went out of their way to help and encourage others, and push themselves to be better and successful at every single task. When it was time to work, this person was focused and completed every task with attention to detail and gave it everything they had. But when it was time for breaks, they usually had the whole class, including us, laughing nonstop. I heard more than one recruit joke that when they grow up, they aspire to be like him. They even compared him to Indiana Jones. His work ethic is second to none. He is a true leader amongst his peers, and he not only strived to be his best, but he made sure everyone else did the same. You are one of, if not the hardest workers we have ever trained with. I am honored to introduce this recruit as not only the valedictorian, but the recipient of this year's Training Officers Award, and that's Firefighter Kevin Sullivan.
Let's do a photo first.
Yeah?
Thank you. I'm very honored to speak on behalf of such a great class. This class was unique in the sense that all of us had previously completed pre-service programs prior to joining Caledon Fire. Or as our captains like to call it behind our back, we went to preschool. Because of this and our small class size, we were able to take advantage of the extra training to sharpen the skills needed to become the effective firefighters prepared to serve the town of Caledon. We want to thank the town of Caledon and Caledon and Fire and Emergency Services for allowing us the opportunity to follow our dreams. This is a passionate group of firefighters who take great pride in our new positions. I recall our bunker gear delivery day. For me, the excitement of seeing my own name on the back of the coat was overshadowed by the excitement and the energy among the bay and all my fellow recruits. It was an inspiring moment that will stick in my memory, a true testament to the passion that each of these individuals hold for the fire service. Being surrounded and pushed by this group of highly motivated individuals created an inspiring atmosphere throughout our entire class, which allowed the training officers to get the best out of every single one of us. I feel confident in speaking for everyone when I say that a firefighting job is something we have aspired to for quite some time. We are all both excited and honored to become the newest additions to our respective stations. To our training officers, Captain Lawrence, Captain DeMello, Captain Mottershaw, and Captain Fairbarn, believe me when I say that your commitment to us did not go unnoticed. We understand how much goes on behind the curtain for you to train recruits to the level where you yourselves would be comfortable going into dangerous situations alongside any one of us. Those trailers don't load themselves, the cylinders don't fill themselves, and training plans don't just come out of thin air. Not to mention the bumps and bruises that come along with it. Speed runs on the Denver drill come to mind. Sorry about that, Captain DeMello. You wanted quick and dirty, and that's exactly what you'll get. By the way, Jacob, Eddie, Robbie, and myself are ready to run it again at any time. Just get us on our new pagers. Call type, Denver drill. Modifier, title defense. We'll be there, no question. That being said, I've watched the video, and the smile on your face means we couldn't have roughed you up too bad. But while I've got you, you have the ice cream here today that you promised? The empty promises aren't quite a good look, but you try with the Freezy Pops is a good effort, just not quite the same, you know? Was it the Denver drill thing? Because we'd have been a little gentler if we knew you'd take our ice cream away. Throughout the entirety of this recruit process, you have created an environment that was not only fun, but one that allowed all of us to take in and fully understand all the different skills, theories, and procedures that we will now put to use. We want to thank all of the instructors that shared their on-job experience with us and how that particular topic we were covering would apply to a real incident. This helped to create a link between the theory and the training that was instrumental to our learning and ultimately our performance as firefighters. Karen, you were able to deliver our medical training in a way that built upon itself, and we were truly able to understand how to make a difference in those situations that make up so much of our job. We understand there is a lot of moving parts to training firefighters, and we all admire, respect, and are grateful for your efforts. You push to get the best of us, feeding into our experience and confidence. Heart rates may be up a bit, but I truly believe that we are ready to respond to calls, and that is directly because of the training and instructors. On behalf of all of us, thank you. My fellow recruits, what a ride. Our skills and our bond grew with each day of training and all the discussions and laughs shared in the group chat. I view and value each and one of you as a family and an ever-important support system. Some days, we won't feel as strong as Adam blowing through a door. We'll leave some calls feeling confused like the Mitch 1, Mitch 2 situation. Some days simply won't be as easy breezy as RJ strutting into class with his shades on. That's when we need to be there for each other the most. Some days we will fall, literally. Well, maybe not Michael. I've heard about your footwork on the soccer field, well, football field. It could be down the last 4 stairs into the basement, and it could be kicking the hose off the driveway. Vinny, we saw the videos. Close enough. I don't know how, but Moss swooped in and kept you up right on that one, buddy. It could be on the way into the structure. It could even be when dragging the forcible entry prop around the training tower. It's also me. But when we fall, look for a hand to help you up, keep moving forward, and get the job done. Always remember why we wanted to get into this, and never lose that passion. We all must continue to strive to be the firefighters that our communities deserve to have. We have to ask ourselves in 5, 10 years from now, would Recruit Me be proud of the way that I've kept up my skills, my physical condition, my attitude towards serving my community? I have to say, I don't think a single person in this class will have to be disappointed. It's a bittersweet feeling breaking off into our different stations, knowing that for most of us, our training time has come to an end. We will always have each other, and soon we'll have an even larger family to lean on for motivation and support. I appreciate everyone's time, and I leave you with this. Fire is bad, but water, well, Water's pretty good. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. You did not disappoint. The end of recruit class is bittersweet for us. As we've talked about many times tonight, it's a ton of work for both yourselves and for ourselves on top of everything else that we're doing. We're exhausted by the end of it, but it also means the end of our time with you guys in training. And as Captain DeMello and I said, we have had a great time with you guys training. We truly appreciate everything that you guys did. And as we talked earlier tonight in the other room, remember, never stop learning. You're not here for you, you're here for we, and we're here for them. Be a leader, be the firefighters that I know you are, never stop learning, and always keep growing and stay positive. Remember how you feel right now, tonight, 20 years into your job, and keep this feeling. This concludes our event. We are going to pipe our recruits out. I ask everyone to please join me in one more round of applause welcoming our newest firefighters to Caledon Fire. We welcome everyone to stay for refreshments and take some pictures. After we pipe the recruits out, we ask that everyone just stay seated until they get to the back of the bays. We will then release the recruits, but we're going to do a class photo with them with our photographer. You're welcome to come out. Please let our photographer get his shots first, and then we welcome any friends and family to take any more pictures. We then welcome you to please stay and mingle and enjoy some refreshments, as well as enjoy some photos with your family set up with our photographer in the back. I call upon our honor guard to please bring the recruits out. Thank you.
Honor guard, ready up. Honor guard, attention. Left and right turn. March the form up in the middle of the aisle. Level left, quick, march. Honor guard will proceed 10 paces. Honor guard, march. Recruits will stand. Front rank. First two. Left turn. Form up behind the honor guard. March. Second two. Left turn. Form up. March. Next two. Left turn. Form up. March. Next two, left, turn, form up, march. Next two, left turn, form up, march. Last, left turn, form up, march. Parade. On the left. Quick. March.
Connection. We all need it. We live for it. It makes us feel like we're a part of something bigger. It makes us laugh, cry, and scream out for the world to hear. Connecting Canadians has been our focus for over 60 years, and it's just the beginning.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
We wish to acknowledge that Canada is on Turtle Island, which is a vast territory of traditional landscapes of many Indigenous peoples who over time have occupied and made this land their home from time immemorial. The original peoples who began their journey taking those early footsteps in our creation stories across this land, some came from the stars